Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at Murdoch Station and it's very early in the morning, only 7 a.m. It's time for episode 4 of our bus change series for the Thornlie-Cockburn Line. Now I'm actually filming this intro just the week before the opening because I originally didn't make an intro. And you can see all of the poles now. Whichever ones are changing have the information. Effective 9 June, we'll depart from different stand. Over there, there's way more info. Gosh, the freeway's packed. Murdoch is the busiest suburban station. So, although actually with the opening, I think maybe a few more people will be using Ranford Road instead. It might drop in numbers a bit. But yes. The remaining routes that we need to film for today's video are the 75, which is becoming the 73 and being rerouted a little bit. No longer going to the old Canning Vale Depot. As well as the 282, 283 and a few other things. Here we go. Existing route 206 to Cannington will be replaced with new route 207 and 208. Existing route 207 to Thornlie will be replaced with new route 206. That's actually some very comprehensive information. They don't usually have that like that. But the reason I'm here this early right now is because we also need to take the 517 deviation. Oh my gosh, the amount of people continuing towards the uni, that's crazy. The 517 school deviation, which is currently a very long-winded deviation with like 10 stops on it. Going to a school down in Gosnells, I forgot which one. Actually, I can just look on the stand. There we go, Southern River College. So I'll show you that on the map. Now they're not removing the deviation, but they're removing all the stops except for the school stop on the deviation, which includes actually 2 unique stops which are only served by the deviation and no other routes. The rest are shared with either 233 or 231 or 2, whichever one is in that direction. But yes, we need to go take a look at those 2 stops since I am filming every stop being removed. It's not really the section being removed, just the stops, which is kind of weird. NH 1570 on the 208. This is actually Good Samaritan Deviating Industries deviating service. I've obviously never seen the morning one before. And yeah, 208 will still come here as the new 206 replacement. So busy. Look at how many people are on the buses to the uni as well. That circle route just got packed. Arctic on 503. And NH is blocking him. Another NH coming in at the back on the 206. Let's take a look at that one. Which actually, like, originally they said once the shutdown would be over, the NHs would be gone again. I kind of doubt that's happening now though. They really are still low on buses, but that would be really sad. I mean, there's still obviously half the shutdown going on. Oh, bus getting in the way. Oh, he's pulling in there. 1501. Wait, isn't that the oldest one? Yeah. It's the oldest still operating NH. Oh, look at that, look at that. So nice. Look at the rainbow above. Such a good shot. 206. Now honestly I thought the 206 was long. Now they're making the stupid new 207, which is going to be even longer, going to both Ranford and Nicholson roads on the way stations on the way to Cannington. Like what? Crazy. And over there we have an A series coming in. Bro, where did this rain come from? The weather is crazy the last few days. Sun, rain, sun, rain. Look, it's literally sunny and rainy. And over there we have a 6-car A series coming in, which we might not be seeing anymore once TCL is operational. I don't know, but I'll definitely make sure to ride them properly, just in case. Looking good. It's a very busy Murdoch Station in the morning. Now there was actually 2 C series in the W patterns as well right now, which I swear I haven't seen for a long time. And Arctic on the 207. Wow, it's pretty busy. Sure, 5. All these buses are so full. I wonder how many of these people are actually going to start getting off at Ranford Road. Probably not that many though, because like it's still going to be faster to go here than take the long Thornlie-Cockburn Line. 16:55 on the 517, and another 206 behind. So many buses. All right, after waiting for like half an hour, there's the there's the 517 via Southern River College gas bus. This is 16:55 actually doing it. Not really anything I have to film on board, but just the stops at least. Let's go check it out. Well, there we go. 517 stopping in the car park. Car parking bays on the side of the road. That was really way too long. This is freaking 40 minutes from Murdoch. I'm in Gosnells now anyway. I shouldn't even have taken it. There was no point. But that is the school deviation right there. I just filmed that little section. It's still going to be run as I said. There's a 232 on the other side. Off it goes. Now, having the bus driver not stop at the stop right now is silly of him. But if he did that in 4 days' time on Monday, I would be proud. I mean, because there's a specific rule that you're not allowed to be dropping off at any of the stops on this deviation anymore except the school one, as I said. I'm really annoyed though. He didn't stop. Like I wanted to be like one of the only and probably the last ever passenger to use this stop, and then he didn't even stop. I pressed the bell. That just shows you that he's probably so used to driving the school deviation, and everyone only goes to the school, that he doesn't even stop, even when there's a bus stop. But it's so dumb because there are two specific bus stops which are only served by this once a day deviation, which is this one right here and the next one. So I've come all the way here literally just to look at these bus stops right now. I'm so mad, bro. I wanted it to be my smart rider history. I don't know what it registered as now when I tagged off. No! Right here, 20910. And now, of course, since it's only a few days from the change, we have the information on it. From the above date, this bus stop will no longer be active due to service changes related to the introduction of the Thornlie-Cockburn Line and the associated bus changes. That's good that it doesn't say deleted anymore like they used to. Just this random poll. I can't believe he forgot to stop. I'm so mad. Now, of course, the route will still come through here. It's just the stop will be gone, which is so weird. Like this, the stop literally has tactile paving, accessible curb for boarding. Like, why? Who made this? Although if it already exists, why are you getting rid of it now? It's just so weird, especially because I've heard that there is actually some people who do use some of these stops on the other side, especially of this rectangle deviation, that actually rely on this bus, and now it's just gonna be gone, even though it's gonna drive straight through anyway. But they're just not gonna get a service, which is so sad. I should have, I mean, yeah, I could have gone around to check if there was anyone using it, but I wanted to use the stop, which will completely no longer exist. Of course, all of the stops in it are not going to be served, but there are other routes at every other stop, except these two, that one and this one, which has even more facilities. Look at that. A bench, a bin, a curb, even more facilities for a completely random location. A one-way street. I mean, one-way bus route. 20909 also being removed. It's such a random change. It has nothing to do with anything. 517 is not even changing, except turning into Ranford Road Station. And then they just decide, oh yeah, this deviation has to be express now. And there's that. And that's it. Honestly, the fact that the driver didn't stop is just so funny. Like, he's like, are you going to the school? I'm like, no. This deviation has many more stops than the school until now. So there's those two. I'm just gonna walk to one of the shared stops as well because it's a big pole and it'll have the 517 listed on there. So let's go take a look. Okay, here we are. This is the stop just after where he dropped me off. 517 on it for both directions to Murdoch Station, terminates at Murdoch Station because the one trip that comes through here doesn't go to the TAFE, and to Thornlie Station, literally listed on there. Well, okay, my mistake actually. I only just realized the deviation is actually twice a day because both directions from Thornlie and from Murdoch deviate both morning and afternoon. I literally didn't know. So you can see 517 8:16 to Thornlie and 8:18 to Murdoch, but they actually came the other way around. So now I'm really annoyed because I could have just gotten the one from Thornlie and actually seen the bus come through as well. Even boarded it as well. Oh no, I'm so mad. What I should have done is got off at the first stop and then boarded the one behind it at the next stop. Although I would have failed anyway because they came in the wrong order. So there's that, and then there's also in the afternoon, same thing, 3 p.m. and 3:01 p.m. So both of them do come through. Oh, anyway. I'm just gonna get on this bus now. Okay. Anyway, here we are at Gosnells Station now. Just came in on that circular 231 service. Everything's really gone wrong this morning. I really should have just taken it from Thornlie. Would have been able to film both directions and actually get off at the stop. I know there's ones in the afternoon, but I wanted to do the morning because then there's no students on the bus. on that section, but whatever, it's a very small thing. At least I still store the stops anyway, so I am filming every stop being removed. I'll let you get on with the rest of the video now for these final changes, or second last, because I still have the stadium ones. But yes, we will be around these areas as well not too long from now, once they reopen the rest of the line, which they actually just released the Byford bus consultation already, even before TCL opening. Just like a week ago they released it, so make sure to check those out online, especially if you live in the area and want to provide some feedback. But otherwise, oh my god, bro, they still have Ellenbrook line ads, they still have Thornlie-Cockburn Line consultation, they still have the really old open stations part of person, like the only place you can still see those. They still have the pre-Yanchip map, if it can focus on that. I guess not. Terrible phone. Oh, whatever. Really stuck in time, this place. Yep. So, as I said, make sure you look at that consultation as well. There will be some bus route changes to be filming with that. Lovely to see all the new tracks through here. And so weird, like this station just unchanged, even though it was closed for so long, while all the other ones completely rebuilt. But that's it for now. Bro, they still have the full line closure from the first few days of it being closed. First service 20th November. There was like 2 other big Vic Park shutdowns during that time, and they have that up. Crazy. Okay. Now you'll see the 75 changes. Here we are on Ranford Road, at the intersection of it and Banister Road. Ranford Road Station is just up that hill, and Siege is over here. Here comes the 75. Oh, not yet. Currently the 75 just goes down this road and terminates at Canning Vale Bus Depot, which is not even a path transit bus depot, but yet it goes there, which is so weird. Obviously never actually goes into the bus depot. Ex-airport bus there. Oh, someone's actually using this stop. The 75 will be renumbered to the 73, just to be consecutive with the 72, which is really dumb. What is the point of changing it now, after it's been the same for so many years? Off it goes. So these 2 stops here will be removed, as well as the weird stop at the terminus at the bus depot, which we'll go take a look at now. So yeah, it's really weird that this bus route has existed for so long. One of the longest routes, if not actually the longest route from Elizabeth Quay bus station. Maybe. No. Well, that terminates at Elizabeth Quay. Of course, there's the 160, which is the actual longest route by traveling time, which is not the circle route which goes through Elizabeth Quay. Here's the Swan Transit bus which just came out of the depot. All the buses coming up and down this road. Gas bus. But yeah, it's existed for so long, terminating here at this depot, which is not even the depot of the route, which is really dumb. Probably one of the least used stops here, unless a bus driver is actually taking to work, but that's probably unlikely with the frequency that it has. It's barely changing though, just these 2 stops being removed, turning left at the end and terminating at Ranford Road Station instead, which is going to be one of the only routes to terminate at Ranford Road Station. I think it's just this one and the 208, or no, not whatever the replacement of the, or maybe no, that's the one that skips Ranford Road and goes to Murdoch. Never mind. I'll put it on the screen. Yeah, so technically, actually, this is the terminus stop, 22019, while the starting stop is there where the bus parked up. I used to think these were actually the two closest bus stops, but it's actually not supposed to be in service from this stop to the terminus or the starting stop right there. This is supposed to be the last stop, which why does there even have to be a pole then? So useless. Good that they're getting rid of it. It's so weird boarding the bus here at the depot, but whatever. We'll film with the front seat and through the other 75 section being removed a little further up actually. There's a small bit being removed to make it more direct. Here we are, Canning Vale Bus Depot. Swan Transit, all the buses in there. And then just this one. Not even part of their company parked in front of the depot. So stupid. Ex-airport bus as well. One of the weirdest bus stops, definitely. This should be part of my weird bus stop series as well. Look at that stop. It's on this little island of just grass in the middle of the road and a tree there. And the stop's just there. And the bus just stops in the middle of the road like this. So weird. The Desta just says Canning Vale as well. It doesn't even say anything else. Get that shot there. All right, let's get on board.
There he is.
And there goes 75 here in Riverton. No one used it on that whole section being removed, and it took ages to turn out onto the main road, so it makes sense to change that. The other direction just came past now, so it's actually got a bit of a wait now to film it going past those stops. Ah, and there's a 507 coming up there as well right now. Yes, this is a shared section with the 507, and then the 506 is also joined in with the 75 at the bottom, which is the peak hour only service, which that terminus on High Road will also no longer be a terminus anymore. But there goes the 507 turning in. You're going to see the 75 clips past those stops now. That driver as well was so bad. Like, he's rushing so much, just going around the curves at full speed and slamming the brakes when he realizes he has to stop instead of smoothly. Terrible. We'll just see those clips. Okay, so I'm walking down Willeri Road here in Riverton, and this is Hossack Avenue, where the 75 turns in, while the 507 comes from the other direction. So there's a pair of bus stops here, which the 75 will no longer be going to, or future 73. But 507 will still go through here, so it's not like we're not going to see buses here anymore. So instead, we're going to go around the corner to the stops at the park, which will actually no longer be served for the 75. Alright, so this is where the 75 turns off from Grove Avenue, which is where the current peak hour only 506 goes, so it's quite limited service. But that is going to be served by the new 203, which will also replace the section of the 507 that's being removed due to shortening the route. So that bit will still be served, but then here on Pegley Drive is where the 75 turns in from Belgrove, and this section will no longer be served. So there should be 75 towards the city right now. It's going to come in here, turn left, and then we'll also see another clip of 75 further down at the park on the other side of where 507 is, which will no longer be served. So it's actually traveling between the unique section of 506 and 507 through these streets in Parkwood, which are all going to not be serviced and have a much longer journey to their closest bus stop. Yet another gas bus. Very nice driver there. And there goes turning onto Grove Avenue. There's some stops here served by 506, which will still be served. Completely empty. All these buses coming through here are really empty, so I guess it's warranted that they're removing it, even if these residents will have quite a lot of a further walk then. Alright, so we're here now, just behind the Carousel Shopping Centre. This is Grose Avenue and Liege Street. Two roads which have served several routes in the past, coming up from Albany Highway, going behind the shopping centre, and then over to Cannington Station. Yet over the last 2 years or so, they've slowly been removing each of the routes that come here. 206 used to go here as well, I think. 208. Only in the Cannington bound direction though. But now there's only one left, the 508, serving these two roads. And now that is going as well. With the Thornlie-Cockburn changes. So I'm just gonna film a 508 over here and down at that corner. This here is the terminus of many other routes which terminated the carousel though, so around the corner here will still be served, just like with that gas bus U-turning right now. Alright, here we go in this pretty bad traffic. There's actually a not in service bus coming up this way as well, but right behind we have the 508, the only route which still goes at the back here.